Good morning, children. Today we are going to study geography, lesson number 1, distributional maps. Children, you have studied district, state and country maps in the earlier classes. Okay. So before starting this chapter, distributional map, I would like to explain you again about maps. A map is an image of an area, usually of the earth or part of the earth. A map is different from an aerial photograph because it includes interpretation. The word map can also be used to talk about a chart or drawing that shows relationship between ideas, people, events or anything else you can think about. There are two main types of maps, political maps and physical maps. Both types of map change over time. For example, forests are cut down, roads are built, towns expand and borders change. Most maps include a compass rose which indicates the direction of north, south, east and west. Some of the most common types are political, physical, topographic, climate, economic and thematic maps. A map is important because it is used to predict and figure out where things are located. Map can show where streets run in a city. They can show where certain physical features such as mountains and rivers are. They can show what areas of the world make up the territories of the various countries. We will study what is distributional maps. So about this we are going to study now. The main aim of the distributional maps is to show the location of the place and the distribution of variables. Distribution maps, we need statistical data such as temperature, pressure, rainfall, population and etc. There are three methods of distribution maps. They are dot method, choropleth method and isopleth method. Can you see this? This is dot method, choropleth method and this is isopleth method. Dots are used to show distribution on maps. To show distributions through dot method, the values of a dot has to be determined first. To do that, the lowest and the highest values of a given variables in a region are taken into consideration. And accordingly, the number of the dots are determined. And also, we need to consider the size of the dot, the density of the variable to be given for the value of variables in each sub-administrative unit needs to be decided first. The following precautions should be taken while using the dot method for a map. So, what are the precautions? Number 1, the size of a dot should be uniform. The distribution of physiography, water sources, transport system and etc. of a region should be considered while placing dots on a map. While showing population distribution, rural population is shown by dots and circle are used to show urban population. The dot method is most suitable for that variable which is freely scattered across the region. Now see here, the population distribution map of Amravati district is given here. You can see here. Children, can you see in index? It is given each dot 10,000 population, means here how many dots are there? So many dots are there, you can see. So each dot is for 10,000 people. Okay. So population of main cities. Now here see the size of the dot. There are 4 different size of the dots. 5 different size are there. So accordingly, for one small dot it is 10,000. This type of dot it is 50,000 people are there. Here 1 lakh people. So 2 lakhs people and here 5 lakhs people. Children, now see here. What is the population of the Amravati town? The population of Amravati town is nearly, it is 5 lakhs. Can you see this? So this is 5 lakhs. Okay. Name the place having population of 1 lakh on the map. So you have to see 1 lakh population means here it is written 1 lakh, right? So this we are going to find here. So it is here. So that is Achalpur. So Achalpur has a population of 1 lakh. Children, which part of the map shows very less distribution of population? So you can see this side, this is not very less, right? Here also not very less. So which side it is? This side, right? So which side is this? This is northwestern part of the map. Then the answer is the northwestern part of the map shows very less distribution of population. So this area shows very less distribution of population. After dot method map, we will study this chloropleth map. In these maps, the data regarding various geographical variables is shown by shades or tints of various colors. So you can see here various colors. While making such maps, the data used for different variables is obtained through various processes such as measurement, surveying and etc. In this method, only one value is given to one sub-administrative units in a region. The smallest and the largest values of the given data of the variable are taken into consideration. After that, 5-7 classes are made. Each class is assigned a tint of the same color or black and white patterns. The shades or the patterns become darker with the increasing values of the given variable. So you can see here the shades or the patterns become darker. See here, this is very much light and then it is becoming darker and darker. Okay. The shades or the patterns become darker with the increasing values of the given variables and are drawn accordingly on the map in the given classification. Now children, see here, this is figure 1.2a. and this is 1.2b, the population density maps of Amravati district using color shades and black and white patterns are shown. So this is black and white pattern and this is color shade pattern. See this map given below and answer the questions, okay? Now name the talukas having population density between 301 and 400 persons per square kilometers. So see here, you have to see here and you have to find the color over here, this side, okay? And the answer is Anjangaon Surji, here it is, has population density between 301 and 400 persons per square kilometer. So how you will find? You will see the color. Here it color same, it should be same color, okay? You have to see the color and according to the color here range is given 301 to 400. So you have to see here and you have to choose the answer from the map. Second question is, what is the density of the Amravati Taluka? So this one, Amravati Taluka. So we will see here the color, okay? So this is the color. Then answer is Amravati Taluka has the population density more than 400. This is more than 400 persons per square kilometer. So you have to see from here, first you will see here, then you have to see here and you have to give the answer. Now next and last question is, which taluka has a population density of less than 100% per square kilometer? So we are going to see here, so this is 100 here. So that same color I am getting here, I can see here. So this is the answer. So that is Chikaldhara. So you can say Chikaldhara has population density of less than 100% per square kilometers. We studied dot method map, chloropleth map, and now we are going to study isopleth map. Now, what is an isopleth method map? An isopleth method map is a map type that shows distribution of a variables with the help of lines showing equal values. You can see here it's showing equal values. When the distribution of a variable is continuous, the isopleth method is then used to show its distribution. For example, altitude, temperature, rainfall and etc. For these maps, we need to obtain the accurate data regarding the altitude, temperature, rainfall etc. of some places in a region. It is assumed that the difference between the altitude or rainfall of two places changes at a uniform rate. The sub-administrative units are not taken into consideration here. Statistical data belongs to the respective places. Such data is known as point-related data. The accurate data regarding the altitude, temperature, rainfall and etc. of some places in a region. It is assumed that the difference between the altitude or rainfall of two places changes at a uniform rate. The sub-administrative units are not taken into consideration here. Statistical data belongs to the respective places. Such data is known as the point-related data. Values of the variables are written on the map at their respective locations. If the data for more places is available, mapping of the distributions can be done more accurately. Following conclusions are drawn on the basis of the maps prepared in such a way, if the lines are closer to each other, then the change in the variable is steep, and if the lines are away from each other, then it is gentle. We get an idea of the natural trend of the distribution of the variable with the help of this map. This is isopleth map, figure 1.3, page number 4. Okay, see here, this is average annual rainfall and it is given in mm, 1300, 1200 mm, 1100, 1900 and 800. This is Amravati district average annual rainfall. Now see here, in which part of the district is the rainfall more. So you can see here 1300 mm. Okay, and clearly it is given here also 1300 mm. So we can say rainfall is more in the northern part of the district. Now in which direction is the rainfall decreasing? So you can see here rainfall is decreasing towards the west. And the last question is, what is the lowest value of the rainfall in the district? So the lowest value of the rainfall in the district is less than 800 mm, and it is given here also 800 mm, no? So it is less than 800 mm. Now two more questions, children. What is the highest value of the rainfall in the district? So you can see the highest value is 1300. So you can see here 1300, and here also you can see the highest mm is 1300. Okay, so the highest value of the rainfall in the district is more than 1300 mm. And what is the amount of the rainfall in the central part of the district? The amount of the rainfall in the central part of the district is 900 mm. So this is the central part and you can see here 900 mm.